What's up, YouTube? It's Sad Boy Music back with another tutorial. Today we're going to look at kick and bass relationships and how to sidechain your kick to your bass inside of FL Studio. There's a few different ways, but I'm going to show you the coolest way I know. Okay? So, first I'm going to play this hook for you, and you're going to hear the issue of not being able to determine the kick over the bass. Let me play it for you. In the empty bits, you can kind of hear the kick, but whenever the bass is playing, it's too much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump over to the other screen and show you my bass and my kick. And of course, this track is still a work in progress. It's still being worked on and everything, so it's not in its final stages yet. But so this is the bass right here. This is all my processing. If I turn it off, you'll hear the kick a little bit better. But either way, it's not what I want. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a sidechain. So first things first is I'm going to take my kick, which is right over here. It's this drum right here that's in mono, right here. And like in my previous tutorial with pads, I showed you that I had 3 different sidechains going on in this track, right? So the first one is for the bass. So I route it to here, and then I take it off in the master, and I'm not even routing it anywhere, I don't think. Yeah, no, it's just completely unrouted. It's just living on its own. And what did I do? I put on this plugin right here. It's called Fruity P Controller. It's the stock FL plugin, and if I do it again, I'll show you how I did it from the start. So let's take in Fruity P Controller. Now I have Fruity P Controller. If I just play it, it's reacting. But what do I want to do? I want to turn this into something that's going to be useful for when I sidechain. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bass, I'm going to set it to 0.5. Now I'm going to take the volume, and I'm going to take it almost all the way down. Not fully, just almost. Next, I'm going to play with the decay and kind of create a more smoother sidechain. Yeah, you see that looks good. But I already made one, so I'm not going to use that. This is the one that I have. I made it. It's right here. And honestly, I'm going to bring down the decay a little bit. So remember, bring your bass to 0.5 and your volume almost all the way down, and then play with the decay. So that'll give you your sidechain source right here. You can look at the graph and see it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the bass, and this is an overlooked section. This bottom EQ. Every FL channel has the 3-band EQ right at the bottom, and it's fully parametric. You can play with it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the middle one, and I'm going to link it to a controller. If I go over here, I'm going to go to the peak controller on the kick sidechain. I'm going to go to peak, and I'm just going to hit accept. That brings it down. Now, what I have to do is play with the frequency to kind of get it in the right area of the kick. So let's listen. I'm going to bring it all the way up, and then I'm going to sweep it down. And I'm going to bring it all the way up, and then we're going to sweep it down and try to find something that works for us. Now we have just the bass ducking out of the way. I'm going to tighten up just the bottom kick. What I'm actually going to do is go with the kick sidechain and make another one. I know I just deleted one, and it feels kind of stupid, but now that I'm hearing it, I want to hear something else in the bass, because the bass is kind of missing out on something. So I'm going to set the value to 0.5, and then I'm going to bring the volume up a bit. So now what I'm going to do is go back over to my bass, and I'm going to go to this top one. I'm going to link that to controller, and what I'm going to do is go to the other peak controller and go to peak, and accept. Now, just the low end of the kick is brought out of the low end of the bass is brought out of the way when the kick hits, but the rest of the bass is brought up a bit, so you hear more of the top end of the bass, and you hear less of the bottom end when the kick hits, and then when the kick doesn't hit, it goes right back to normal. Now I'm just gonna play with them and tweak them. And then there's one thing that's holding my drums back. It's because before I mixed them, I kind of turned down their volume. So I'm going to reset all of that. I haven't mixed this track yet, so I'm kind of doing something on the fly. There you go. Now you can clearly hear the kick and the bass. Listen for it. There you go. So that's how to quickly sidechain your kick and your bass. So thank you all so much for watching. This is Sad Boy Music signing off. Goodbye.